Hello and welcome back to Sine Mora. I finally got the pronunciation right. So we're going to be starting again with the second stage, moving on to Iborg Factory, maybe seeing a little bit of Cardinal Cannon if we have time. But let's stay simple. So we're back at Bokemono, except instead of being underwater shooting prisoners to death, we're going to be we're going to be doing other things. We're the bait, as Renault Tricos very clearly states. So, this time we're playing as Miriam Magusa, who, I'm not sure what she is. She's Enki apparently, and I don't know what that means really, but... So yeah, she's got a pretty solid plane. It looks a lot like Renault's. Typical, you know, shoot bullets forward. She does have a very nice sub-weapon, which we'll be getting to shortly. It's probably one of my favorite sub-weapons in the game, so you'll see me using it liberally while we have it available to us. Oh yeah. But yeah, this is a fairly easy level, pretty easy going. The game still hasn't gotten into its real difficulty. I hit a rock, as you see. Sometimes those things are not just in the background. I just painfully learned. So we're doing a little flyover. This is going to be our next boss, 'cause it's this sort of a boss. I don't even count it really. It's so... kind of pathetic for a boss. Has some interesting shot patterns, so I'll give it that. All you gotta do is blow up a couple guns and it fucks off quietly. And here's the real boss, the Melkor, the Perimeter Watchtower. This one will give us a little bit of trouble, so we're gonna be using our sub-weapon to assist us. Can't catch me. Okay, enough with the sexual innuendo. That's one thing, Cost has some, very, gray morality going on. So here we go, is our sub-weapon, the Gemini drone. Gives us a couple extra little shooters on our sides. Gives us some well-needed spread and damage. Very useful, especially for this fight where you got a lot of targets to hit. So we're trying to play it safe this time. Previous runs I've done at this level, I've ended up using my sub-weapon too many times, and then I get stuck on one of the later areas. That and not holding on to my firepower upgrades. But otherwise pretty smooth there. So yeah, if you can't tell, these guys aren't really friends. And right there you can see how a airplane turns into a waterplane. Does a little flip of its engines. I'm not quite sure the whole physics on that, but these are tiny little time-traveling planes which can blow up things far, far larger than themselves, so any questions might be sort of useless. So here's our old friends, the depth charges again. Not quite as annoying this time because they're not being blown towards us by evil death fans. Or engines, or whatever the hell those things were. So we can just sort of leisurely dodge them and blow them up as needed. It's a little difficult with all the torpedoes flying around, but it's not so bad. Alright, so we just picked up a shield, and I think I've stated before, when you get hit with a shield, it protects you from any other damage for a little while, gives you a little breathing room. So, we're back to Moneta Point. This time, the future of Moneta Point. Were we in the future before? I'm not quite sure, but right now we're trying to do some underwater shenanigans, which I'm all for. I love underwater shenanigans. These underwater shenanigans, though, these are some pretty obnoxious ones. This is one of those levels I had a lot of trouble with when I first started playing. Not quite so bad now that I know all the twists and turns, but it's a matter of not only moving through some fairly narrow caves, but shooting these stupid goddamn glowworms in a way that doesn't get your ass blown up. Because you can very quickly get fucked up in these caves. Just a couple of hits and all of a sudden you're staring down the barrel of some severe time reduction. And as you know, time is life. So this can be a pretty frustrating part if you're not ready for it. And trust me, you're not ready for it the first time you do it. See, even if you kill them, their slime can get on you and still fuck you up pretty badly. So you want to keep your distance while you're shooting the shit out of these things. That one's a little tricky, so is this one. Oh no. Oh, come on. I was doing so well that time, and then I got stuck on some geometry. Lovely. Let's try this again. Skip this. Yeah, it looks terrible, doesn't it? Not sure why. On every other machine I've played this on, including the Xbox, fast forwarding is usually a pretty smooth experience, but for some reason my graphics card just does not take kindly to it. We get all stuttery. Here I was hoping that was a extend. Oh well. Now see, my shield just protected me from what would have otherwise hit me. A bit of a waste. Oh, that goddamn worm, every time. I always forget that one. Now see, we are in a bit of a time crunch now, because I messed up. Hopefully not, I won't mess up as badly as I did last time. That was just embarrassing. Yeah, I think it was about here that we got caught up, so we're doing okay now. We got time. We got time on our side. So as you can tell, if you're paying attention to the dialogue, we're seeing the other side of what was going on when we were playing the weird French iguana. So while he deals with the reject from the Matrix, we're going to be fighting the Matryoshka train. So, we're going to be fighting a train with more guns than actual passengers, I'd imagine. I mean, there's no room for passengers, not with all these guns. Alright, time for the other side. Second verse, same as the first. Same exact patterns of bullets to dodge. Just as obnoxious. one's done. Good job, everybody. Knew we could do it. And this one has little planes coming out like little annoying bees. Until you blow up their little hangar, and then they all seem to scatter. So it's time to show off, I think. It's time a good time to show off the sub-weapon, don't you think? That is the azimuth battery. It fires a big V-shaped shot of real big damage towards everything in front. It's a little situational, but it's still very, very useful. Especially in a situation like that where you just need something to die very, very quickly before it showers you with bullets. Speaking of, I'm getting hit a lot from this section. It should be otherwise fairly easy, but I just seem to have a affinity for slamming my plane into a train. I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, it just rhymes so well. So, now we're at the part of the train that seems to be carrying passengers, but I can't imagine you'd want to be on a train with that many guns. I mean, you know shit's gonna go down. Well, speaking of shit about to go down, here we are on the final part of this mad-ass train. Just a couple more guns, and we are home free. Yeah, time has stabilized. Go to hell, train.
Összecsomagoltunk, ismétlem összecsomagoltunk. Elindulunk a felszín felé. Kitűnő munka! Egyetlen embert se veszített.
So we got a little more plot here. You can take your time to read. But think the Matrix with you know, harnessing a bunch of living beings into a gigantic battery. Apply that concept to army-wide time travel, and you have why they lost so horribly in the war. Not fun. So, slavery, time travel, it's you'll see why some people be pretty mad. So that's it for this stage. We'll be picking up at chapter 2 next time. And right now we can take enjoyment and help. Oh my god, I got a D. That's good for me. Wow, I feel impressed. I should pat myself on the back. Well, thank you very much. We'll be back with some more.